Hi everybody, welcome. Putting that final touch on for you. Getting ready to welcome Amelia Toelke. I think I'm saying that correct. Hello, welcome everybody. I think I said that correctly. Laura will tell us if not. Get her in here right now. Happy Monday, happy Memorial Day, everybody. Thank you so much for being with us. Happy holiday. Oh, yes. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Happy holiday, sweetie.
I know. Happy holiday. Have you had an enjoyable day?
Pardon me?
Have you had a good day?
Yeah, I mean, I basically worked all day. It wasn't...
Yeah. I know. I hear you.
Oh, look at all this behind you. Oh, hello. Happy Memorial. Hi, John Wayne. Hello. Hello. Okay, Amelia Toelke. Say her name correctly for me, please.
Well, we need some clarification because I feel like she told me and then I feel like I changed it in my mind. I want to say Toelke, but I think it is Toelke. So we'll ask Amelia when she pops on what the proper pronunciation of the last name is. Both got him on. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold up. Show me so I can take a screenshot of this. Too cute. Cute. These are the best, right?
I love that. I obviously am obsessed. I don't know about this necklace with it, but okay. Anywho, so tell me what's up. I know this. I don't know. It's a little bit choking together.
I do it.
I've been
it all.
Tell me what's up. Like, what are we gonna see today?
Okay. Well, I feel like I should do a recap since I forgot last time. Jewelry Edition, it is a project platform that myself and my colleague Kat Cole, we are the women behind it, and we basically put together a collection of 4 to 6 artists every year. We travel the collection all over the country, and it is basically a platform to bring more visibility for contemporary jewelry in all the ways that we can. And so if anybody wants to check out more and learn more about Jewelry Edition and see the full collection of exhibiting artists, you can go to jewelryedition.com, and you can also see there's an alumni page, and you can see all the other people who have done it the past 4 times. So tonight is Amelia Toelke. Or it's,
cool.
You know,
I was like wondering if I could. There's a way to like pin stuff. Have you noticed that? I was gonna say Amelia, and it's on your. It's all on your. The link to your website is on your profile page. So
yes. Mm-hmm. And actually, you know, everything that we post has a little dot, and I'll take you to their collection and, you know, all that good stuff. But yeah, Amelia's great because she is multidisciplinary artist. She kind of moves between media. So she works in jewelry, which we have some. And then she also has, Jewelry Edition is exhibiting a collection of 2D paintings. But she also does large scale installation sculptural pieces too. So that'll be something really exciting to talk to her about because I know she just installed one. Cool. I think it's in the Midwest somewhere, I feel like she's told me. So you'll have to ask her about that. But it's cool because she kind of blends all of the imagery and iconic influence through all the media. And we have specifically the paintings and the jewelry. And this is kind of unique for Jewelry Edition because, you know, typically we just work with jewelry, wearable stuff. But when we saw Amelia's application and her work, you know, these two things talk to each other so well, and they inform one another, and I think you'll see when I show you some stuff. But we were just really excited about bringing in other things like her paintings and stuff to complement the work.
To actually display, have you thought about how you're displaying them together when they're touring around? Has that changed? Is that right?
It's changed a little bit place to place, and of course we give when it goes to a gallery, we give them artistic license on how to, you know, display whether or not they want to keep the paintings and the jewelry together. But we were just in South Carolina at a university there, and they had it all kind of together, sort of like I have it here. There's some jewelry here in the middle. I know. They kind of had it together, and it looked really nice.
And the pieces themselves that are 2D look like jewelry because they're very gold and gilt. So I'm really
Oh,
excited to learn about this process. Wait, so show us some pieces. What do you guys have in terms of jewelry right now? I know she has a huge collection. I got these maybe a while ago. When she maybe first started working with you.
You got them from maybe you got them in New York at New York Jewelry Week, because I know that's the first time I saw a lot of her work was at the first New York Jewelry Week. And I think everybody like bought some of that stationery, all the stuff she had was so good. Yeah, so we have
of her work up at the headquarters.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. But this is more. This looks like chain, but it's all soldered together, which is kind of, I love this like fake out. Like it's supposed to be a charm bracelet, but it's actually an earring.
Charm bracelet, hoop. And this is a sizable hoop. I mean, this is a 2.5-inch diameter hoop, and you've got the little charm, but they're very light. They're very lightweight, and they're just kind of fused together, and craftsmanship wise, remarkable. Again, you don't see like a bunch of solder splotches anywhere. I mean, it's all very clean, and it kind of tricks the eye because you're not really sure how she got it to be so stiff. But of course, they're really, I mean, they're very
like that.
They have impact.
I love that it tricks your eye because I love jewelry about joy. I like things that are odd shaped that trick the eye, like little hands or little ears on ears. But this gives you such a fun. It's a beautiful earring.
Totally. And we have them in square.
Ooh,
too.
okay. What else you got? Yeah.
So we've got them in the square.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
And you can see it's like catching the light. They're really, really nice. And then we also have them in teardrop. So these are the 3 different sizes that we have. And I think the only other one that she's done is the heart. And we did have those, but we sold those, of course, because they're awesome. So we've got that, but we have one neck piece. We have mostly earrings and pins, but we do have one neck piece, which I love. We have the heart.
Oh, I love that.
Isn't that great? And this is a piece, it layers really, really well. Like you could wear this, it's an over the head thing. So it just goes over, and you can just wear this on, whatever. It's just
lots. That's
really
probably,
sweet.
Is that 30 inches? 28?
This is, I'll have to check it for you. I don't have my measuring tape out, but I have it written down, of course.
I always like to know, I guess, because where it sits is always important. Hello, welcome. Okay, but that's so, I mean, I like over the less class.
I can find out.
But do you have brooches also? Because I saw some of her brooches and I haven't touched them up close.
We have a few brooches that are really awesome. That's a 24-inch chain, and the pendant is 2.5 inches across. Pins. Okay, we have some really cool pins. This one is pretty sweet. It's the third eye, evil eye, and you've got the little clasp. What I love that she did with all of these pieces is that the chain is something that your eye recognizes, and it's really cool. It's nice and stiff, but I love that she even did the clasp into the pieces.
Yes,
because I think that's just like a nice extra detail.
Oh, I love stuff like that. I think it makes a huge difference in terms of design. Huge.
Totally. Yeah, this one too. So this is a little heart
classic
brooch pin. Really great. And then we also have, I personally love the Big Dipper pin. And that one's stationary too.
I love all the charms. Yeah, this is like amazing, all the charm.
So good. And this one has 3 tie tacks, so you can kind of arrange that however you want. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Good. And then you also, so tell me also a little bit about some of are those paintings behind you? What are
they're all paintings. They're either gouache and then gouache and gold leaf. So there's so many good ones. I mean, this one is my favorite. My personal favorite is the loop and loop. And these are they're all framed and they're all signed. And, and it's also in a frame that if you wanted to change the frame because you have a different design going on in your house, they're not in there so much that you have to like damage the print to reframe it. You could reframe it easily. So this one's cool. Love this one.
I love that. So gouache, that one doesn't have the gold leaf on it. That's just gouache paint.
No.
It looks like a computer. How did she do this by hand?
It's crazy, right?
Okay, because I was like, oh, there must be some other technological process, but I saw her hand painting. Okay, yeah.
Yep. And gold leafing.
Ooh.
Kind of see. I love this one.
This one says a lot to me. I like gorgeous. I love that. The eyes are amazing.
Right. I love how the little, I guess you would say it's like metal plate. And there's like two little lids, but they're together with the little jump rings.
Yeah. Well, the
nice
eyes, the mask.
Totally. This is going to be different, me showing you these because they're bigger, so I have to kind of get up and...
I know. But a lot of time I feel, and Amelia can talk about this, like it feels really figurative too because you're making a lot of faces. Even installation work I saw with the chain, with the happy face, it's saying a lot right there. Anyways, okay, keep going.
Yeah, and you know, the brooch that we posted, she's sending us a new brooch. It's a charm bracelet brooch. We just posted it on Instagram a couple days ago. Really cool. Like it's your typical charm bracelet chain, and then you've got all the charms in the middle. And this is a print of one of those pieces. So she's got two, and this is a print of one of them. And you can see all the charms hanging out in the middle.
Yeah, I like jewelry about jewelry about jewelry about jewelry. It's the art.
Yeah, and they're all signed. Yeah, it's a nice size. It's a nice size print. You know, you can tuck it in. You can incorporate it super easily. And I also love her choice of color. I feel like she's got a really good eye for combining really bright, bold colors, but not making it too much. I mean, it's got presence, but it's not clashy. It doesn't and even when she does do some kind of tricky combinations, it still works. Like with this.
Yes. They're all paintings. Yeah.
Yes. And this one is great. This one is the largest one that we have. And that one's, you know, and it says brilliant, excellent, greatest, radiant, all the way down, different words of affirmation. It's called the best. Who doesn't need that? I need that in my room to wake up to every day.
Yeah, totally.
So nice.
But it's so abstract, but it's actually really figurative. Once you look really closely, you're like, oh, it's actually this chain. It's
because you know those necklaces with the yeah, it's those. It's all those. All
had that. Everybody had that. I had a custom stamp made with that.
I was just thinking about that with the charm earrings, you know, because the Tiffany bracelet, that was like a big deal when I was in high school. And I remember my mom bought me one, but it wasn't Tiffany. And I remember being like, I don't know if I can wear it if it's not. And now I feel like such a brat, you know, but at the time, you know, I was in like I was young, and anyway.
But there was something so associated with that, right? Because I feel like they branded, like Kleenex has branded themselves for tissue.
Yeah.
Tiffany branded themselves in a way. But
you know, I'm like, it was off though. It was like, you know, the Tiffany bracelet had like a look and a weight to it. And then the one that I had was nice, but I mean, you know, I was a brat. I should have, you know, loved it, but what can you do? What can you do? I would have loved this even more, actually, if Amelia.
Well, you would have more. Yeah, but this is.
I would have been like, this is way better.
But so interesting, though, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, more on, and then we have like 1 minute. We're gonna go to you, Amelia. So we're gonna like head into your studio and find. I want to see a bunch of weirds. I guess I have no idea. I want to see how this is made.
I know. Yeah, and you'll really enjoy talking to Amelia. She's really great. She's up in Chatham, New York, and she's also teaching part-time. Of course, I think they just wrapped up. So, you know, she's someone who stays busy, and, you know, I think it's interesting. Her practice is just really nice to hear about how she works between all these different materials, because I think a lot of artists do, but we don't normally take one into the professional world. One is kind of like more of a inspiration, like drawing or something for yourself, rather than also drawing and then making that part of your practice that other people see. So it's really cool that she's got all of these different areas that inform each other, for sure.
That's cool. I really like that. I feel like Megan McGaffigan, who we had on earlier, has some of this as well, because she's actually making the tintype. She's actually doing the photography behind that, with, like, photographing pearls and different gemstones, jewelry about jewelry about jewelry. It's funny because you match, like, within this volume, you've matched different people, because you had Eric with Jillian, more colorful. So this is cool to see this evolution as well of your curation.
Right. So there's a thread, you know, when we're trying to figure out who is coming together. It's so tough sometimes because even though they're all very different and have very specific things that they do, and it's all very aesthetically, you know, all over, it's a full spectrum. Somehow there's something that weaves everyone together. And usually there's always one or two people with a lot of color. I don't know. It's nice to have all that color, for sure. Amelia is definitely one of those people in this group.
She has both. Okay, we're going to switch over to her now. It's 8:15, so we'll be back in about half an hour, and we'll try some more stuff on.
Okay, we'll see you soon.
Okay, Amelia, you're coming in. Let's see if I can do this. Good. Boom. We're getting better. We're getting better. Hi.
Hi.
How are you? I'm wearing we have never met.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice to meet you.
From you. Sight unseen, but I love them. So thank you.
Yeah, you inspired the heart earrings.
Well,
you requested them, I think.
Yeah.
And I've been making them ever since.
And I feel like people love them. Right? Like, this is you this all the time, and but you sell all of them. I feel like you have really nice shapes you've been working with.
Yeah, but I do like the heart on heart. I'm definitely a sucker for, like, as many as I can do in one go.
I'm really excited. Okay, well, I'm excited for you to show how you make it, and this is maybe in process, and I would love to hear more about them, because I thought they were prints too, but there's so much more.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I think my internet is really bad.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. My internet is kind of shitty.
Okay, you're okay right now.
Okay. Sorry. Thought it would be okay. Anyway, what should I show you first?
Well, how about some jewelry? What are you working on?
Sure.
Have you been working a lot? Have you been doing new pieces, or just teaching, or anything in process?
I haven't made any new jewelry in a while. I've been pretty busy with teaching this semester, and as you know, it's kind of a big mess. Like, everybody's had to switch to teaching online, and I've been working on some other gold leaf paintings, but I did bring some, like, I know Laura was talking about some of these charm bracelet brooches, so I have some of these to show you.
And that's what she has a new print of also, or is that an older print or related?
It's a painting. I often will kind of go back and forth. Like, I make a piece of jewelry and then I need to make a drawing, or I make a drawing and then suddenly I need to make a piece of jewelry. So that's kind of been happening a lot in the last 2 years. But so with these, like, I made these last year, and then I decided I needed to paint them also. So I just, it's kind of natural, like, after working on the earrings, I wanted to just sort of add more, you know, sort of like heart on heart. It's like, well, how much more can I add to this? So I started buying charm bracelets online. So, like, I'll buy bracelets like
Where are you buying these online? Oh my God, I love it.
On eBay, things like, eBay, Etsy, some of them.
Oh, I love it.
So then
I had that with the sombrero. I had that.
Yeah. So I try to use as many as them. Like, I try to keep it sort of intact. like how it came, but there's like a little bit of artistic license in there, but
just to also make sure it all fits together. You're trying. So what's the purpose? Is there something, because before you were having it really open, but now instead of having all the charm on the outside, you decided to fill in the heart.
Yeah, I like thinking about, like, you know, charms have all of this, they're so loaded with, you know, they're these markers of experience, you know, we keep them throughout our lives, and like they kind of show these different things that we've done. So kind of like containing the whole thing so that it itself became its own isolated memory or something like that, you know, its own sort of keepsake in and of itself. So it made sense to contain it.
Yeah, and you also fixed everything instead of having, like, this has movement. And I could see you doing some stuff with movement, but you really fixed, and this is fixed also, so it goes with this language of what you're doing, the pain. So is there something, do you think about having some parts move, some parts just stiff, or do you want to control the movement?
It's sort of, I think, it's kind of intuitive. I think like the single charm makes sense to me as like this one dangling thing. So like, or maybe this idea of like containment being stiff and it's like a solid unit versus the one charm for movement. Yeah, I don't guess it's kind of intuitive the way I go about it.
Yeah. Okay, so can you show us in any way how you do it? Because I don't think everyone understands that you actually solder all of this in place.
Yeah, I actually have a piece
from this the charm bracelet. So you go take the charm bracelet and start laying them out and then kind of play.
Yeah, I can show you. I started, I had to redo, I'm remaking a piece for somebody. Let me see if I can switch this. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you see? So this is my soldering block.
Yes.
So I took all the T-pins out, but I like pin it in place like it's a specimen, and then I solder them each link.
Totally like a biology. I totally like the little frogs played out.
Yeah, it's really fun. So it's like the setting it up takes a while, and then after that, so I have like a giant box of T-pins that I just like go through here,
which are points you can like fix everything when you're soldering, so that all the chain doesn't move all around, and you can kind of start creating and drawing with it, basically.
Yeah,
it's a medium almost in a way, because you make it so graphic when you fix it like this.
Okay, sorry, I'm not very good at this.
No, you're fine. Right.
Yeah, so it is totally like drawing. I mean, I think that's partly why I work back and forth between drawing and jewelry. It's like and the chain is like a line, so it really makes sense to kind of go back and forth between the two.
And what did you start with? Did you come into jewelry first, or did you come into did you study together concurrent?
I guess I probably jewelry first. I don't really think, I mean, other than like, you know, being a kid and drawing and painting, but I feel like I found jewelry in college, and I fell in love with it. And I didn't really think much about drawing, but I think I've always worked really sort of two-dimensionally in a way. Like a lot of the jewelry I've done is kind of flat. So it made sense. And then I think it wasn't really until graduate school that I started drawing again. And then really the last couple of years, it's become like really both, like they've all been really integrated. Instead of being like jewelry and then I take a break and do drawing, now it's like kind of back and forth. And I think partly it's because the studio I have now really allows for that. Like I've got everything kind of around.
Maybe of the studio, would you have it all broken up? Like, 'cause I see a soldering area, a flex shaft. Do you have like a special drawing area that's clean, or?
Sort of. I mean, I can't say I'm very clean, but I'll show you anyway.
I do not create in a clean way. I'm messy.
So like, okay, so like here was the soldering area.
Yeah,
good. Like jewelry bench area and stuff. Here's like other area.
I like the stuff you have on the walls. You have tons of hearts on the wall.
Yeah, a lot of.
Like, do you have anything like? Do you have your first piece that you ever made, or like did you start with your first chain piece?
The first chain piece I made, I don't know if I have it. But this is a new piece so this is my drawing area kind of here. I've got like lots of brushes and stuff. So I've been working on, so I think Laura was talking about a sculpture that I recently installed, which is actually kind of an old piece. Cool, it's this giant necklace that says Home Sweet Home, and I just installed it in Massachusetts. But so it seemed really timely, even though it's a couple years old. So I decided to work on some new pieces that are gold leaf and
nice. Yeah. Inspired by that piece back.
Yeah.
It's all circular, right? All back and forth on each other. This is great. So
yeah.
Do you start with the pink underneath, and then do you cut the gold leaf out like that and then slowly lay it down, or lay it down and then cut the gold leaf out?
No, I mean,
gold leaf is kind of hard.
Yeah, I definitely have taught myself how to do it much better than if I when I look at old pieces, they're really bad. But I've just the last couple of years, I've just kind of kept at it and I've gotten better at it. But it's a process where with the paper, I draw everything out. Usually what I do is I draw something small and then I project it larger, and so I can blow it up. And then with the gold, so then I have my drawing down, and then for the area that I want a gold leaf, I have to seal the paper a little bit so that it's not so porous. And then I put down a special glue for the gold leaf, and then that has to dry for a couple of hours, or it kind of depends, but 6 hours. And then I lay down the gold leaf on that, and then you kind of brush it off. And then I go over and I paint the lines on it. And so now I've been working on the drop shadow, the pink. So
to give it more, and because it looks almost digital. How did you come up with this as the way to do it instead of doing it digitally? Because you enjoy the process, the painting process, or the gold leafing?
I guess it's kind of both. I mean, I think there is something about having the hand in it, I mean, it's why make jewelry when you can, buy commercial jewelry? There is something to it. I mean, I would like to do some printmaking, because I think it'd be interesting to be able to work a little bit faster, to just see where, just sort of how my practice would evolve a little bit.
Because you do, I know, not that you do product, but you do postcards sometimes, and little, right? Some little limited edition runs of things. Yeah. And someone just asked that we should look at the piece again, maybe?
Oh, sure.
And if you have more, I love seeing it. Laura showed us. Yeah.
I just dropped off a couple pieces at the framer, so I don't have those right now. But it's pretty big, actually. It's maybe 20 by 18, which just feels big for me.
And what size do you usually work in? More small, and even with projections?
Usually, I guess I kind of started out doing 9 by 12, then 11 by 14, which is kind of a comfortable size. So this feels kind of big for me, but I was planning to do a couple of these, all a little bit different, but in this series. But so I can show you
because I know you do a lot that have faces, and I feel everything has a face involved. Do you have I feel you're making out the map, this referencing a face, a smiley face.
Yeah, I think I don't have any right here, but yeah, I mean, I think it also similar to this idea of chain as a line, thinking of jewelry as signage and image. So the series that you're talking about, the faces, the gem faces, it sort of just seemed this natural thing. When you put jewelry down, it all of a sudden, I mean, we want to see faces and things anyway. It's a human thing. So that just kind of came naturally.
Yeah.
What?
We anthropomorphize things.
Yeah.
Because we want to see that. Also, everything it's abstract, people have it's a Rorschach test. They're want to see something figured a lot of times, I feel like.
Yeah, and then jewelry is so tied to our personalities, so also makes a lot of sense thinking of it as like these emotional images, these personality images. And so,
cool. That's awesome.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I posted a little bit because I posted some of the pieces that feel like they look like masks almost, but the eyes are the earrings, or they're another piece of jewelry that then makes up some kind of figurative element of their face. I love that. I don't know. Do you think about making jewelry that has that as well, like replicating that in your jewels, maybe?
I have been thinking about that. The one problem with working in so many different mediums is like it's like figuring out what to work on and what, like, you sometimes just like run with it, but I'm like, yeah, I want to do that. When am I gonna, like, yeah, I have some jewelry pieces that I've been wanting to work on, and it's just sort of been on hold. But I have thought about that a lot. Like, I love kind of like with the pieces that you're talking about, the pieces that sort of verge on jewelry, but not. I mean, it's obviously not. It's a drawing anyway, but like, it's not exactly like a drawing of a piece of jewelry, but it's like playing with that language of jewelry. And then it's gold. So I kind of sitting in between the different worlds using that language.
Yeah. So, and you have, what's next then? What do you think you're going to work on now that you have a little bit of time?
Well, I'm going to keep working on the Goldie piece I just showed you. So I want to do 4 of those. And then I have I have another drawing that I started like 2 months ago that I've just been chipping away at. So I'll probably try to get that done. And then I feel like the summer will be over. But,
well, how long does each piece take? Wait, if you were, for example, to do a painting, does it vary? Is it hours, days?
Days, I would say. So this, I'll probably be able to finish this by, well, I guess depending how much I have time to work on it, I'll be able to finish it by Friday. I think.
Wow. This is very attention to detail. Also, how you're able to do this. This very attention to detail. Do you have by any chance, any more jewelry to show us, or maybe try on for us?
Yeah. I have this I made for the Lonely Hearts Club show.
Yes, I love that. That's so. I love the scale of this piece.
Yeah, me too. It was really fun to work with this giant chain because it's so satisfying. I mean, it's a pretty hefty brooch, but it's really satisfying. And this was a really fun piece to make.
Is it one humongous? Can you show us the back? Is it one humongous brooch back?
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, try it on. I love that because that's. You can put that. I love the scale of this.
It's a little big.
Big, yeah. That looks amazing. I like it right there too.
Yeah, I don't really know where else you would wear it. And then last year I did. Well, I know Laura showed you the shooting star brooch.
Yeah.
So last summer I did a group of the Zodiac Symbols, constellations. Oh, yeah. So like this, I think is Aries, maybe.
Yeah. And did you mount them also, or did you think about mounting them like paintings?
These I mounted in a big blue circle so that it looked like a star chart. Totally. I mostly I think I wanted to make it just so I could see them all together like that. This one's Scorpio.
Ooh. Okay, I love the millions of stars that are actually just star charms.
Yeah. So they're like charm bracelet constellations. They're funny little things. And then I did some earrings. So these are little dipper earrings.
Oh yeah. Oh, they're little. They're the perfect size. Those are so cute.
Yeah.
Oh, and I love when they go like this into your face, like opposite. Thank you for doing that, by the way.
Yeah. You have to. It makes me crazy if it doesn't. I'm like,
me too. It doesn't look right on your face.
I know, it's weird. You have to have it be, symmetrical.
Ooh, super, super cute. Okay, nice.
Let's see. I've got a couple more of these charm bracelet pieces.
Oh yeah. Have you thought what would you do if you actually made a charm bracelet? Have you thought about kind of making your own version? what that would be like?
Yes, I have thought about it. So that's another one of those projects that's like on the list.
I challenge you because I feel like you use it so much. I want to see a charm bracelet about a charm.
I know, it'd be so meta.
Yeah. Oh, I'm excited for that for sure. Yes.
So that's definitely like a thing. Yeah. And then I have, let's see, I don't have like a whole lot of jewelry. I have like, these are super, like, I just started remaking these pins. These are really old though. These are from, I started making these when I was in
I
college.
love about these because these are enamel.
Yeah, so these are enamel.
I saw these at New York City Jewelry too. I love the scale.
Yeah, well, they're the exact size. They're as close as I could make them to the actual thing.
Show me. You have the staple in there, and people. I'm obsessed.
Yeah,
so cute.
They come in all the colors. You know,
and
very
much sterling silver, and they're brooches.
They're pins. So
so I can see a lot of things. Do you make rings too?
I haven't made rings. It's never felt like it made sense to me conceptually. Like, I haven't come up with something that made sense in the format of a ring. So earrings and brooches sort of make the most sense, because I think because they're so flat or something. So like, just like the 2D work I make, it's like, I think so flat.
I know. I'm like, now I have like a whole bunch of that. I think that's a good challenge too, because that's a hard thing. You have to work comfortable, and people have to like be able to move fingers.
Yeah, it seems
and
hard.
wash them.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Interesting. I'm like, okay, I think charm bracelet way more important.
Yeah.
Anything else you've been working on? You want to show us? Or around
I wish I had some other stuff to show you. I just have some other earrings. Oh no, they're the same. I already showed you. Oh, there's these earrings, but they're kind of the same. They're like little hoops. Like little
okay.
pennants.
I like the hoop.
Yeah, so I'm hoping to get some more work done this summer. That's my big plan.
More, well, I think like even the brooches that you have, so awesome as necklaces.
Yeah, the necklace that Laura showed, that scribble heart, that was really fun to make, and I kind of, that's like another little series that I'd like to keep working on.
Do earrings too with that.
That's like a good idea.
Like cute little ones up here, like a.
Oh yeah.
You know, like this post. Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna do that. That's a really good idea.
I'm here for you. I have a lot of ideas. I can see you doing a lot of things, you know. But I also see relation. I can see you doing a bunch of paintings regarding all this, especially if you start doing more figurative drawing, becoming more and more figurative with your chain. I think this is like a lot of opportunity to play, right?
Oh, I agree.
This take, how long does this take? Because you go through each one. Do you polish this also by hand, or is this more?
No, well, those I put in the tumbler mostly because they need to stiffen up, you know.
Yes.
I usually I polish the charm a little bit, but then they go in the tumbler for a while so they can get stiff. The hardest, they take a while to set up, like putting in the pins, but I've gotten a little bit faster at them. And then soldering is pretty quick for me.
Yeah, what you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, you just kind of go through and do it and sort of
but
autopilot.
It's she's really doing each and every one of these guys, like every single one by hand. Not everybody gets that. You know what I mean? That's not something that's clear to people.
It's fun. It's like you don't have to think about anything. You just sit and do it.
I like repetitive work too.
Yeah, me too.
And also precise, right?
But I guess they probably take like a couple hours from start to finish, I guess. I don't know, because I kind of batch them. Yeah,
I was gonna say, do you do batches? Like, how do you work typically? Like, I usually work in batches. I don't just work on one piece. I usually think about things in series. It seems like you do that too, like work in series.
Yeah, so like, you know, like with the Zodiac pieces, that was like I was just doing them all at once, you know. So it was like I counted out how many stars I needed, you know, how many small stars, how many large stars, and then I just kind of started doing them one by one. Um, and then with the other earrings, and I kind of like work towards shows, so it's sort of when there's a deadline, I'm like I just kind of decide how many I'll be like I'll make 2 pairs of each shape or something like that, and so then I just do them all. So then I'll like cut out all the hearts and then make all the I make the clasp part too. So
Oh, you make this part too?
yeah,
Okay, and this you cut out and make this?
yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay, that's a nice detail to know. That's awesome. I did not know that. It looks commercially made.
that would be the smart thing to do, would be to not make it, I think.
Well,
But I think because I haven't like scaled up enough that it makes sense to do all that.
No, totally. I think there's a point where you need it or don't need it, but I think I think using commercial parts would also be interesting.
Yeah, I have done it for some of there were a couple of brooches that Laura showed. I think the 2 of the brooches I did use commercial clasps on. So it just kind of depends if I use a toggle or a lobster clasp.
Yeah. And then also with the ones that you're using, all the like the eBay or the ones that the charm bracelets that you found that have the
those I use the clasp in there.
Yeah,
so like
that's
actually
awesome.
there's one that I got that has this really cool clasp on it. I don't know.
Yeah, show us that. Do you collect like materials for inspiration? That's like my favorite thing.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't done it in a little while, but I will spend, like, I'll go through spurts where I just, like, look on eBay a whole lot for charms. But so, like, this has this really cool clasp on it.
Ooh. Oh, I love that. Like, so old school.
Yeah, so I'm excited to use this one in a piece. So,
wow.
A good charm.
Yeah, tons of different. Do you use them as is or do you flatten them or anything?
No, I just use them as is. Like, every once in a while, I'll get a charm that's, like, a little bit too weird to, like, it doesn't work. When
and you test their sterling so you can all solder them together to create this kind of. Like,
yeah, there's some that I haven't been able to use. So I have a little jar going of just the ones that were plated or just, like, some weird metal. So I save them, but I can't use them for anything. So that's the other thing. Like, I'll buy bracelets, and then sometimes half of them I can't use.
Oh, interesting.
Like, you know, because they'll say like sterling bracelet, but you know,
they don't know. Totally. Oh, I love that. I'm curious to see if you'll like. How are you naming them based on like all the charms, or are you naming them on where you got them or the date you got them? Anything like that related?
On the charms. So like this one with the Niagara Falls, this one's called Birds Over Niagara.
Oh, I love that.
So there's 2 birds in it, and there's the Niagara Falls. So I kind of like name them based on the charms. I can't remember. This one is, I think, snow in the desert or something, because there's like some deserty things and then a snowflake.
This person's been a lot of places, like palm trees, Nefertiti. Yeah. Okay. There's a lot of stuff happening there. Yes.
So it's kind of fun to see like as I'm working on it, I'll usually kind of think about which charms have good words or something like that.
And how it all fits together. Well, show us one last favorite piece, and we're going to go back to Laura, and she's going to put things on for us.
I guess I'll show you. I've got one more of these to show you. This is the first one I did, actually, of these.
Oh, cool. How did this come to you? Because this seems natural after cutting out your own charms.
Yeah, I think it just was really natural, you know, and thinking about how different it would be if I made all my own charms versus using used charms, and also not just buying new charms, but using charms that had all this history to them. It just sort of adds all of this extra baggage, I guess. You know, there's so much more loaded using pieces that have lived some other life before them and then turning them into something new. Also, that's so much about the history of jewelry, is like taking an old piece and transforming it into something else, or melting down the metal and turning it into something else. So I like that it kind of stays, it's like jewelry about jewelry in more than one way, you know. Like,
all the feelings we have attached, memories we have to it.
Yeah, and even just the way it's made, like using the jewelry to make a new thing, sort of.
Oh, I'm totally
with that.
This excited me so much. I'm super up for jewelry, and these are great. They're by themselves without even that. And it's so cool that they're actually like a bracelet. Oh,
yeah.
People, a light bulb goes off in their heads. So you're saying a lot visually. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's like that. I like that touch that it's like it actually is it's like a bracelet that it stopped itself midway, you know.
I like it. Well, thank you so much. Wait.
Thank you, Megan. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate it as well. You have a wonderful rest of your day, and
yeah, you too.
You're done now with school, right?
I am done. I'm very excited about that.
Congratulations. I know that's a big changes. Congrats to you. Have a great one. Back to Laura.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, sweetie. If I can get this, I don't know how to do it.
Can't.
Okay, remove. I got you. Okay, Laura, we're going to get you in here. Hello, welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. That was so awesome to see. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
That's so cool. Isn't it cool?
Right.
I love that you popped up with these earrings on.
She cut this out by hand and made the little...
It's so good. It really is. And we have, I was going to point out the brooch with the prefab clasp, I guess, that like came with it. And then the toggles.
I love that too.
All look like that. And this make. Yeah, they're
because it's like really subtle. Just the line of the piece as a graphic thing. And you go closer, you notice it's chain. And you go closer, like, oh, it's actually a charm bracelet. It's really subtle. That really got me when I saw these. And she had done this as a circle with just the heart, and I was like, heart with the heart.
Yeah, I mean, she talks about in her artist statement, like making work about like a universal visual language, and it's true. Her work all really is something that you don't have to necessarily speak or be a part of a culture to understand, you know, this or, you know, the hands or any of the other imagery that she uses. It's really nice.
Yeah. It's all lots of symbols, right? Because charms are really
symbols. Yeah, symbols. I mean, some words, but yeah, I mean, I switched up the prints. I don't know if you could.
Oh yeah, good.
So you could see. I wanted to show this hoop too, which is one that like she had, which is just like the threader hoop.
Simple and pretty.
Yeah, and I'm wearing a little. Did I put both in? Oh, I'm wearing the little heart, like it's half the heart. You know it.
Oh yeah, the best friends.
Right? Yeah, and then you can like.
Oh, everybody knows this. Right? Yeah.
I mean, it comes as a pair, but so many of us wear just one. I mean, I a lot of times I'll just wear one earring, but you can also like stack it like 2 on 1 ear if you've got 2 holes. So she's got these. They're so cool. And then she also has, in keeping with her star theme, you know, the stars. We've got the moon and the.
Oh, I love. Oh,
and then on the other one, the stars at the top and then the moon at the bottom.
This is like a whole bunch. I've never seen this. Yeah, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
I would love to get both pairs, and then you could have one in one, because the best friends one is meant to be shared, I feel like.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. Yeah. And these are, I think they are, I think they're like $55 for the pair, like a pair of these. Let me check it. I don't want
really.
Yeah. Oh no. Sorry, 95. I knew there was a 95.
Really cute.
I knew it was like still kind of crazy though. You know, like 95.
Yeah. Super cute.
Under $100. I always like to point out things that are under that because, you know, people always like to know, you know, what the range is in a collection. Like that would be something that you could get. Like maybe you want one of the bigger pieces, but you don't know which one you want, but you want to support Amelia. You know, you start with the earring and then you work your way up to those big, beautiful paintings with the charm bracelet heart with this one. So I wanted to show that again too.
I know we keep saying prints. I'm like, they're paintings. I apologize.
I know, I keep saying it, but I catch myself every time. It's only because they're so crisp and clean that it makes you, your mind as a maker, you know, you think, gosh, it's so clean. How does she even do that? It's amazing.
Well, now we know, really detailed work, painting on the gold leaf itself to get all the little details to make the chain. I'm like, okay, I understand why it's hours.
And anybody who's ever tried to do anything gold leaf knows the headache of it. It is so laborious.
Breaks apart like
just tedious, and you've got to have the brush, and you got to have the glue, and you got to have the other brush. It's just like a lot, you know, but she's mastered it in her own way, and it really works. I wanted to show you, I'll show you this print, see, I did it again. This painting.
Ooh.
It's one of the masks.
The color.
I love it because it looks like little eye piercings.
Yes. Is the color new? Because I feel like before was everything, Amelia, you were doing was on white, and the color feels newer. Maybe for you guys, or
well,
how did you find? How did you bring her in with? How did you curate her as part of your group this time?
Well, when we saw her collection, it was mostly jewelry pieces, but we asked for some paintings because we knew that that would also be something that our audience would love. And so we really just left it up to her to send us a collection she thought, you know, she wanted us to have. So we didn't really know what we were going to get in terms of her paintings. And they just happened to be very colorful and, you know, all the gold leaf. So that's how the paintings came to be. And I think it worked out well because I like what she chose. I also like the mixture of the masks with the kind of hand pieces with the charms. And then there's one here with a little charm bracelet above. Maybe I'll pull that down for you.
I love that so there's masks with colorful matting behind and then gold leafing. Hands with more charm bracelet. And then you also, I love that.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah. It's Eastern or like very interesting graphic. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I love by hand. Yeah.
Totally.
What about, and then there's also the ones with the chain with the nameplates, which
yes,
really cool. Yeah.
This is the big one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really
so much detail to do.
So much detail. And you know, and it's also just really nice that she signed them all on the front. A lot of people don't do that anymore. People are signing like on the back a lot of times.
Really?
But I like that she signed it on the front. It's nice.
Oh, I didn't know.
I've got all these paintings, and I'm like, ooh, I don't want to knock any over.
No, I know. Like, I love that because there's all these different sizes too. Because you have different things that can appeal to a lot of different people. Like a nice collection, and then the jewelry totally relates.
Yeah,
perfectly.
Yeah, and you know, this one, the painting stops here, and then this is a matting. So, like I said, if you've got like a certain design aesthetic, and you want to see the blue and the gold on another background, I imagine you could do that. But they all came in really nice frames. They're all already got the little hangy part on it, which is always nice. I just think they're really great, and I think they're a nice compliment. I mean, her work, all of it lives together so well and complements. I mean, I just love that she made the charm bracelet heart brooch and then decided to make a painting, and you know, it's just really smart.
I think we all work that way. I feel like we find things within, right? We doing photography or painting, it all relates. Like there's some kind of thread, but she's really putting it out there and making it really clear.
And I do also really love that she is like going shopping for the charm bracelets on eBay or finding them and then using what's on there to tell the story. Because I think if you tried to like force that or like make your own and just like have a made up story of someone who went all these places. I mean, it would probably work, but I think it's even more satisfying to know that this is someone's lived history that then she's sort of taking and making it its own, you know, diary entry that lives in the world by itself. It's great.
So I get it, because all of those little charms they're saying so much. I'm really excited. Okay, what do you think about her making a charm bracelet of her own design related? I feel like that's gonna be really exciting to see.
Yes, that's like a one-of-a-kind piece that's gonna make everybody like get really excited. I know I won't be able to. I probably have to save my pennies for it, but it's like
it'd be really cool to see. Like based on all the work, it seems like the next step. I'm really excited now that you have time, Amelia, to see what you make.
Yeah, and a print, and also, I mean, check her Instagram out, because the Home Sweet Home piece that she just installed, she's got a really nice image of it, like on grass and sort of like a little neighborhood, and it's just perfect. I mean,
the scale of it is huge, right?
It's huge. Yeah, I mean, it's got to be at least 20 feet. So, you know, I mean, it's impressive. And I wonder how long it's going to live there. I'll have to ask her how long it will stay in that location.
Well, it's funny because there's like this humongous site-specific work. There's jewelry work, which is mini, and then there's multiple scales of work. But it all works together because there's a thread, of continuity with design, which is really clear. I appreciate that. Thank you, Amelia. Anything else you want to show us? Last tidbits? Anything you want to try on for us?
Gosh, I mean, I think we saw everything. Maybe I'll try this hoop on for you so you can see what this one looks like. So I'm wearing the little dangle. I love those so much. They're so sweet.
Those seem very easy to wear, too.
Super easy. And also these, though, I mean, I don't even...
These are not heavy. Because I am super sensitive.
I know you are. Yeah.
I really met bad ears, and these are great. I really appreciate that. The engineering of this.
So these, like yours, are gonna sit. Well, maybe. I mean, I guess they'll fit different on different people. It's got a big one. Yeah, they kind of go forward, whereas these kind of.
So also, Amelia, this would be really cute as a hoop.
As a threader.
Hello. Yeah. That'd be cute.
So great. It's also really awesome to know that you inspired the heart hoop. That's key. You didn't even know it. It's good. Yeah. But these kind of are going to hang more forward. These are going to kind of, or at least with the way my ears are pierced, they're going to.
No, yes, totally. Mm-hmm. I love that. Well, I feel like
Amelia says summer project.
Amelia do this hoop on the hoop in so many sizes too. I think it's a really elegant design. I would love to see it in gold as well.
Yeah, I wonder. Gold would be gorgeous. About like gold plating them.
Yeah, I'm not a huge plater, so I get it, but I don't know that. I think there's a lot of pops.
Or rose gold or rose gold.
Mm-hmm. Totally. Okay. 1 minute. Laura, it is such a pleasure. Who are we seeing next week?
Jillian Moore is next week. Yeah.
I'm wearing that jewelry as well because I own that too.
Oh my gosh, I love it. and this talk will be posted, and RX talk was posted.
Yeah. It's on the YouTube. I'm gonna send you and it's on the IGTV. So take a peek. Thanks so much, Laura. Always a pleasure. World of Color next week with Jillian Moore. All right. Awesome. Okay.